I am Temi. Okay, welcome again. From the last video, I said we'll be talking about how each piece moves, right? So before I do that, there's a video I said I will give you the complete version of it, which I saw online one time like that. So I'll play that now, just to enlighten you more.
Some schools now integrate chess into their curriculum, not to create champions, but to train attention, logic, and mental discipline, because a quiet board with 64 squares has more power than most classrooms. It teaches not just how to think, but how to think better. We think of chess as logical, cold, calculated, pure reason. But the best players aren't machines. They're emotional. They feel the board. They know when to wait, when to strike, when to risk everything for one unexpected move. Because chess isn't only science, it's art. Behind every brilliant tactic, there's instinct. Behind every sacrifice, a story. Magnus Carlsen once said, "Some people think that if their opponent plays a beautiful game, it's okay to lose. I don't. I think it's shameful to lose, but it's beautiful to win beautifully." Beauty. In a board game, the greatest games in history weren't always won by calculation. They were won by creativity, by players who saw patterns no one else did, by those who weren't afraid to lose. And that's what makes chess universal. It's not about talent or tradition. It's about expression. Every game is a fingerprint. Every move a thought made visible. Some people write books, others paint. Some play chess and show you who they are without saying a word. Chess won't change the world, but it can change how you move through it. It sharpens thought, trains patience, reveals character. It teaches you to take responsibility for your decisions and to live with the consequences, good or bad. You can't blame the opponent. You can't blame luck. Only your thinking. And that's why chess is timeless. Because it's not just about pieces, it's about process. In a world that rewards speed, chess slows you down. In a world full of noise, chess teaches silence. And in a world of shortcuts, chess teaches the long game. Every move has meaning. Every game leaves a mark. Not on the board, but on the mind. Because you don't just play chess, you become it.
So, after saying that, the next thing I would like to talk about is, you see, I'm trying as much as possible that each chess video or each study video or each of this is not too long. At least each video should be between 5 minutes to 10 minutes max. So most videos should not be more than 5 to 10 minutes maximum. So let's go into this. Let's dive into it. Okay, I want to dive into the game of chess. Their movements. I believe by now you should know all the pieces, their names, how the board is being set up, what the board looks like. Those are the basics which you should not make mistakes. The names of the squares, very important. You should know everything because you'll be learning how to write your games, how to read chess books, how to... all of that. Okay, all right. So I'll be starting with the queen. In the game of chess, the queen is the most powerful piece in the game of chess. It's the most powerful in the game of chess. Yes, you're surprised. And each of these pieces, they have their points to signify their value. So, the queen is known to carry a value of 9 points. So the queen is 9 points. That is, each queen is 9 points. So if you are losing a queen in your game, then you should know what you are losing. And don't forget, the game of chess is more about, it's about capturing. So you capture each other. So people say chop. So you capture one another. But the king is what you don't capture. The king is being trapped. So all those things you get to know more about it as we continue. So let's say about this. So now this is the queen. I think I'll have to rearrange the board. Probably take off the pieces since you know the arrangement already. Okay. All right. Like I said, the queen is the most important piece on the board. Let me put this here. So this queen that you see How does she move? This is the queen. The queen moves as long as possible in the game of chess. That is, it moves in horizontal position, vertical position, and diagonally. What do I mean? The queen can move like this. She can move like this. She can move like this. She can move like this. And she can also move diagonally. If you look at the symbol that denotes the queen, you see something like forming a plus sign like this, and a times, that is multiplication sign. Do you get that? That is, the queen can move in this direction. Let me place pieces there so you understand. Look at this. You see that? You see that? So the queen can move like this. That is a times. Can also move like this. There's a picture, you should have seen that. Can also move like this. So the queen can move in these directions. Do we get it? So that's how the queen moves. As long as possible. That's why you see me filling all the squares. As long as possible. It doesn't have any limit. In as much as, now take note of something. In as much as your pieces are not blocking the squares in which the queen wants to pass through. In as much as your pieces are not blocking the squares that the queen wants to pass through. Pass through actually. So that is for the queen. Now the next piece I'll talk about is the rook. Now the rook moves in horizontal and vertical position. Just like the queen moves horizontally, vertically, and diagonally. But the rook moves only vertically and horizontally. That sign, if you look at it now, look at the picture I'm dropping now. Now do you see that? So this is how the rook moves, horizontally and vertically, as long as possible. Do we get it? So the rook can be here for initial start, meaning it can go like this, it can go like this, it can go like this, it can come like this. It can decide to stop anywhere. It's not necessary it goes as far as possible. You can decide to stop here, go like this, stop like this, go like this, go like this, go like this, go like this, like this, and so on. That's how the rook moves in the game of chess. So now let's look at the bishop on. So I believe you've seen that. So how does the bishop move in the game of chess? The bishop moves diagonally. Now just like the rooks move in a plus position, like a plus, the bishop moves like a times. So the queen is the one that combines both movements of the rook and the bishop. So the queen moves both horizontally and vertically, which is the moves of what? The rook. And it also moves what? Diagonally, which is the moves of the bishop. That's why the queen is the most powerful. So it can go as long as possible. So you having a queen is more like, I can move the way the rook moves, I can move the way the bishop moves. Do we get it? So, like I said, the queen is 9 points. So the rook is 5 points. It's the next most powerful piece in the game of chess. The rook. So by now I believe you know how 3 pieces moves. The queen, the rook, and the bishop. So let's go to the king. Let's go to the king. Let's move ahead to the king. So you can see that now. Look at the picture. Now the king also moves like the queen, but the only difference is just that the king moves only one square. It cannot go as long as the queen in any direction. So it can move just one square. That's why I'm forming the movements around it. Now can you see this? It can move in any direction, but just one square. one square in any direction. It can decide to come like this, it can decide to come like this, it can decide to come like this, like this, like this, like this. It's different from the queen that can go as long as possible. So that's the movement of the king. And this is so that it can be easy for you to trap the king. So the motive of the game is to trap the king. So if the king is powerful, how do you want to trap it? So the queen is the most powerful. All the pieces on the board, they are protecting the king. They are fighting because of the king. We get it. Every decision they make is because of the king. So that is how the king moves. So in the next video, I'll be telling us about how the knight moves and how the pawn moves. Okay. Thank you.